And we are back.
Free Gems Podcast.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. It's the Free Gems Podcast. And you got your former guest, Jesus here. K Cinco is here. You know what I mean? We here on this beautiful Sunday. It might be raining outside, but that is not going to disrupt Sunday football. Because right, it is a church Sunday for those who don't know. Because football is religion. You know what I mean? But now let's talk about it, man. Because I just got some crazy news that Usher is about to perform at the halftime show for the Super Bowl.
Usher.
Shout out my son Usher Raymond. Okay, because this is
golden. He stands the test of time, and the thing about Usher is he's lasted in so many other artists' primes. Feel
Yo,
me?
bro, let's talk about it. First of all,
he's
Usher,
different. He's really different.
Okay, niggas try to disrespect Usher when it was the Usher versus Chris Brown battle, and I understand because Chris Brown is amazing in his own right, but don't ever disrespect Usher's classics like he don't got more time. I think he got more time to sit. I'm gonna be honest with you. Like shit that'll make you get up and start dancing immediately. Like Chris Brown got that shit that'll make your heart feel, but Usher will get the party jumping, the cookout jumping, the family reunions jumping, the wedding jumping. Like
it's hard to do a verse.
Not that Chris can't.
It's hard to do a verse with him, but because I feel like when it comes to verses, it's about also people in your era. Feel me?
And that's the thing. He's in all eras.
That's what I just said. He transcends eras. So technically, Usher's prime started way before Chris Brown's did. Yeah, and it's still. You feel me?
Yeah, no,
and like you feel me? Like I feel like they're two different eras.
But that's not to discredit Chris Brown though, by all means. But let's not get into the verses because that's not what we're talking about. We're talking about the Super Bowl halftime show. For people who don't know, that might be the biggest concert you could possibly have. Literally, yeah. Like it might. Like when you think about it, the Super Bowl is watched by tens of millions of people live. That's not normal. If not hundreds of millions.
If you have that on your resume, feel me? Not
look at all the artists that perform in Super Bowl. When you think Super Bowl, you think, okay, Rihanna just did that. Okay, we got. Matter of fact, can we give a big shout out to Jay-Z, please? Can we get a round of applause for Jay-Z? Shout out to Ho, okay? Because soon as Ho got in the NFL, shit got blacker. Shit got lit, okay? We had Snoop Dogg Crip walking over the fucking middle of the field. 50 Cent was doing pull-ups. He 50 pounds heavier than he was.
That's a firm fact. Eminem.
They got Eminem, the blackest white guy we know. Listen, Jay-Z popped out and he showed out. Because then right after that, we got Rihanna. Right after that, now we getting Usher?
Usher,
and he's still in his prime for real. Usher still looks like he's 29.
Nah, he really do.
Usher is that nigga. He's still dropping hits. Him and Summer Walker just dropped some heat. I ain't gonna lie. Summer Walker, 21 Savage. I don't remember the name of the song, but if you know, you know.
Usher's really that guy.
Bro, Hov is that nigga.
And I was just telling you, I'm surprised. I'm surprised he's just performing it now. Feel me? Like,
but what I was saying is, you gotta give it time. Like, you can't just go and perform at the halftime show when you're in the middle of your prime. You have to have already had like a 20-year career. Like Usher been out since what, like 97, 98 or something? Okay, it's been 25 years.
Confession came out what, 04? Something like that?
Of course, but they don't never have people in their prime.
But I know.
Ever.
I know.
Look at Snoop Dogg. He just got on that at 55. Snoop Dogg came out, what, 93? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like Eminem, like that's same era as Usher. Like they're just now, you know, Rihanna's bigger than all of them low key because she just pans such a bigger audience than just hip hop.
Rihanna's a brand.
Rihanna
transcends music.
So Rihanna just like
she transcends music.
Beyonce did the halftime show, didn't she? Yeah. See, Jay-Z's just different, bro. Because prior to that, we had motherfuckers. Shout out to Michael Jackson. That's one of the most famous, most like amazing performances ever in the Super Bowl. Broad daylight, 3 p.m. Michael Jackson in the middle of the world.
They had Bruce Springsteen. They had Prince.
Prince, that was crazy. I remember a lot of niggas' moms and grandmothers was going to the Super Bowl just to watch Prince concert because Prince hadn't performed in so long.
Yeah, before that performance, Prince hasn't performed.
Shout out to Prince. Shout out to Devin Hester on that Super Bowl too. We're not gonna talk about it, but if you know, you know.
Don't forget JT and Britney Spears.
Justin Timberlake, Britney Spears. Then Janet had the little titty out. You know what I'm saying? Free the nipple. Don't forget who was the Maroon 5 blew my shit. U2 blew my shit. Like what are we doing here?
What are we doing here? Red Hot Chili Peppers.
Hot Chili, yo, bro, stop fucking playing.
Don't disrespect Red Hot Chili Peppers.
Bro, we're not doing the Red Hot Chili Peppers. I'm just saying when Jay-Z hopped in, shit turned hip hop.
I ain't gonna lie, you bugging out though. Don't
shout out to the Red Hot Chili Peppers. Okay.
U2 I'll give you, but don't.
U2, yo. Matter of fact,
U2 is
an aggressive ass rock band because that was the first time I ever went on my phone and had some shit I didn't download on my phone. Niggas was like, yo, you gonna listen to this, nigga?
They strong arm that shit.
They strong arm Apple Music was like, yo, you can get this to everybody, nigga. Everybody.
And I'll never forget. I
still got that album on my phone. There's two niggas hugging on the cover.
I tried to delete it and I deleted all the rest of my music and I was paid.
That's tough.
But yeah, I ain't gonna lie. What she not about to do is disrespect Red Hot Chili Peppers.
All right, Red Hot Chili. Name of a Red Hot Chili Pepper song. I know they lit because when I was younger, MTV was much. Okay, yeah, Californication, of course, that's one. But shout out to Red Hot Chili Peppers.
Don't disrespect Red Hot
I understand. That's not my point. Okay,
I see what you're saying.
They did give us The Weeknd too. The Weeknd, he popped out The Weeknd, but he wasn't The Weeknd. That was Abel.
That was Abel.
That was Abel. That was Abel. That wasn't The Weeknd. That was The Weekday. I don't know what that was. He was in full-fledged pop mode, and I ain't mad at that. But that's not what we love.
But even Rihanna, pregnant Rihanna, like.
But I mean, that wasn't her fault. You know what I'm saying?
But like.
Yeah, she did fuck that up. Niggas wanted to see her shaking ass 7 months pregnant.
But
that's what niggas wanted. That's what niggas expected.
She's not, but in general, she's not really a great performer. And then the fact that she was pregnant.
What? What the fuck did you just say?
You think Rihanna's a great performer?
Bro, she is the performance. What you mean, bro?
No.
She is, though, but she's Rihanna, bro.
That's my point.
But that's my point.
That's my point.
But that's her.
But that's my.
She's Rihanna, bro.
But
she's Rihanna.
Her being Rihanna, do you think she's a great performer?
She can't do backflips like Chris Brown or moonwalk like Mike Jack.
I see.
But
no, those are extremes. See, those are extremes. Feel me? You don't gotta compare it to the extremes. But I'm saying,
she's that level. She's the extremes.
As far as what?
I'm saying she is the extreme. Like when you tell you, like we talking about Michael Jackson, Chris Brown, she's in that level. She's in that category.
No. But
as far as performance,
no. Whoa, time out.
Wait, what are you getting at right now?
So you said she's Chris Brown level as a performer.
When I say performer, I'm talking about music wise too, like the songs. I'm saying her overall career, who she is. I'm saying they're on that level.
We're talking
specifically
about
performing. Performing, you mean dancing?
No,
and the show, like
not even.
No, you're right, because Travis Scott's a great performer. And he don't dance.
He don't dance. There's singers who have. I see what you did there. Adele has a beautiful, amazing voice.
Shout out to Adele, that white angel.
There are people who like Ciara who put on a great performance. Yeah,
Ciara her knees is fucking in the fountain of youth.
That's what I'm saying. Every artist we just named has an avenue which they excel at. I'm just saying she's not a great performer.
But Ciara's like 1/10 of the artist Rihanna is.
But I'm not talking about. I'm not talking about the music. No disrespect to. I'm not talking about the music. I'm talking about
numbers is the numbers.
I'm talking about as a performer. I'm not talking about numbers.
Yeah,
I'm talking about as a performance.
I know what you're saying.
That's what I'm saying.
I hear you.
That's what I'm saying.
But don't do that to Rihanna, okay? Because Rihanna was popping. Ponder Replay, that was my shit, bro. She 40. She 40. She got bad knees and she just had 2 kids.
Bro.
She got a Harlem nigga busting her ass. Like, it's a lot going on in her life right now. You can't expect her to just go out there and start dancing.
You're talking about songs. You're talking about numbers. I'm not talking about none of that. I'm talking about performances.
I know that, bro. I just said that. I said she's 40 and she's pregnant. You expect her to start dancing and doing all this shit?
But I'm saying she was never really a good performer, and now she was up there pregnant. Feel me? That's what I'm saying.
We gotta go find some highlights. Like I want to go find some highlights of Rihanna dancing. Because what you saying basically is she can't dance and she can't put on a good show.
Chris Brown's amazing dancer.
Okay.
Usher, amazing dancer. Ciara.
I dance better than both of them niggas, by the way.
What?
I dance better than both of them niggas, by the way. Not everybody knows that.
Not everybody knows. In front of the mirror.
Yeah. We not gonna do that. We got the archives of that.
Ciara, great performer. You feel me? Alicia Keys has a great voice. She can play instruments,
but she don't perform.
but I'm saying no. But I'm saying
you just violated my son Alicia. I felt you. I know what you're saying though. I get it 100%. But
that's all I'm saying. But I'm saying what signature does she have that makes her a great performer? Is what I'm saying.
I mean, she puts on giant routines though. Like her shows are insane. Like they're multi-million-dollar. Like productions when she does perform. So like I never been to a show, but from what I've seen online and the Super Bowl, it's like I mean they're putting in.
I'll give you that, but I'm just saying I feel like they could have got somebody better than a pregnant Rihanna up there. That's all I'm saying.
I ain't mad at that.
That's all I'm saying.
I feel you, but
that's all I'm saying.
Shout out to Rihanna though.
Shout out to Rihanna.
And you know what's crazy though?
Shout out to Rihanna.
People don't know.
Shout out to our success. Shout out to her second child. Shout out to Rihanna.
Yeah. Shout out to ASAP Rocky. Secure that fucking bag.
You feel me? Shout out to Rihanna. That's all.
Rocky, if you're watching this game, just know we love you.
He won.
We love you. You're going to get some streets named after you, gang. You can get a statue.
He won.
You could get a middle school named after you in Patterson. Listen, Rocky.
He won.
You're that nigga.
He won.
But anyway, did you know, like, I think you want to know, but do the average viewer know that you don't get paid to perform at halftime?
Yes, I know. It's Super Bowl.
Like nobody's gotten paid. Nobody's gotten paid for Super Bowl halftime. That's how big the Super Bowl is.
But it's such a clout move. That's what I'm saying. Let's talk about it. These are in order to perform at the Super Bowl halftime, you have to be A-list. You have to be A-list.
A plus list.
A list. Talking about you not
Secret Service type of nigga.
Like talking about you probably not doing features for less than $100,000.
$1 million.
But you're performing for free at the Super Bowl. That's how big the Super Bowl is.
Yeah, those people that you just talk about, they don't do features for 100,000. 100,000 is a little big.
That's nothing. You're right. You're right. You're right.
They're doing $1 million.
Right.
Watch when Drake performs. Oh, you heard it here first at the Free Jazz Podcast. Drake will be performing at the Super Bowl. I'm not sure when, but give him another 10 years.
But it doesn't. But like someone like that, what does he perform? Like there's certain artists.
Exactly. Anything. But you got 15 minutes to show out.
But there's certain artists, if they put on performance, at the end of it, you're gonna be mad because they didn't play this song or this song or this song. They have too many. You feel me?
Yeah,
they have too many.
I know exactly what you mean, though, but that's not either here nor there. All we care about is give us 15 minutes of the greatest shit you got.
I'm talking about as that's a compliment to Drake. Like he has so much, like he can't perform at all.
Oh, so I was Googling, I do my Googles, you know what I'm saying, doing my due diligence. Pardon me if y'all see me looking at my phone just now. I was doing my stats report, okay? They said the Super Bowl averages about 200 live viewers. Live. That's fucking 200 million. Pardon me. I missed a million. 200 million live viewers, bro. 200 million live viewers.
That's
you remember when Tory Lanez's quarantine radio had like 1 million live viewers and niggas like, yo, this is the craziest shit we ever seen in the world. Oh shit. Or Casanat had like, I think he had like 1 million live. I don't fucking know. They're doing 200. Wow. There's levels to this shit, respectfully. Not 20 million, 200. Add 2 more zeros to the back of that shit. Damn. And that's worldwide. That's not, and that's worldwide. And like you were saying before, it transcends culture. It transcends. I like that word transcends because it does. It transcends cultures. There's a whole population in Europe that loves NFL football. A whole population in Mexico and all these countries. And some people that are just tuning in to watch their favorite halftime performance. They don't even know who's performing, but they just know it's going to be one of the biggest spectacles of the year.
And you got to realize, think about it. It's also, I feel like the viewership would be a lot higher if it wasn't restricted by time zones. Because if the Super Bowl in Eastern time zone, if it comes on at 6:30, if you're in Europe, it comes on at 12:30 a.m.
Here comes the mathematician himself. Stop
you feel me? It's a 6-hour time difference. So like,
No, you're right though.
That's what I'm saying.
Right. Motherfuckers in Sydney, Australia is watching. It's Super Bowl Tuesday over there. They live in a whole different world. It's literally a different day over there, nigga.
But like, if you're over on the eastern part of the world, you're watching Super Bowl halftime show at 3:30 a.m. Literally.
Damn, that's tough.
I feel like if it wasn't for the time difference, the number of people would be watching
and that's
would
the
be
thing, though.
astronomical.
In certain countries, you know, we're like they're banned from even looking at anything American as far as TV. So think about it. There's probably plenty of people streaming that shit. We just don't think about that because it's on CBS. It's on Fox. It's on channel 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. That, we don't got to go too far for it. We don't have to freak the stream. We got that shit for free.
It's just like how in the Olympics, if it's over, what?
Go ahead. I just thought about some wild Illuminati shit. I ain't gonna lie. What the fuck? Whoa.
When we're talking about the Olympics, and you know how Olympics is overseas, just like how you'll see a performance, it'll be on at 3 a.m. in the morning. Right. Whatever the case may be, I'll wake up in the morning, I'm like, oh, they won the gold medal, but we're showing it on TV at 6 p.m. It already happened, but it's the time that we're showing it.
Yeah,
so
that makes sense.
Based off the time zones.
No, like literally it'd be a whole different day. Like it's literally it's not Sunday. It's not Sunday in Australia. I'll tell you that much.
China's 12 hours ahead. It's
exactly. I think Australia is like 13 or something, a little bit more than that. Yeah, 13, 14 hours ahead. Exactly. So it's 12 o'clock right now. Yeah, it's literally
2 a.m.
It's 2 a.m. over there on Monday morning. Yeah. So, yo, I just thought about some wild shit though in the middle of all that thinking.
Talk to me.
You know what I mean?
You thunk a lot.
I thunk a lot. Listen. It just fucked me up, bro. Why is the cable TV free? Mm-hmm. You know, in first everybody gets local channels for free. As long as you connect that white wire to the back of that TV, as long as you can afford a television, which is about $50 nowadays, you can get some television. Why would they give us that for free? And why do all those channels do the news every single day? And why do all those channels are controlled by all the biggest powers in America and it's free? Nigga, ain't shit free. Television programming, son. They're trying to brainwash us. They've been doing this shit the whole time. They was like, as long as you can afford some shit, you might can't get Netflix, but you can get this news at 7, nigga.
You can get CBS, ABC, NBC.
And it's been like that for forever since the beginning, since the black and white TV.
Since forever.
Whoa.
I never even thought about it, yeah.
And nigga, since when is anything free?
Not, especially in this country.
What the fuck?
Anytime something's free, you gotta put on the alerts. The alert should go off in your head.
It's genius though, because I mean it makes sense though, because the advertisement dollars. It's like how Google's free. You don't pay for Google. You know what I'm saying? If Google wanted to, they could charge $1 a month, and niggas would be paying that $1 a month. I promise. As long as there wasn't no Bing and any other shits like that, and Google would be the first multi-quadrillion dollar company, just like that, literally.
Yeah,
Think about it. They charge $1 per subscriber. Everybody with a phone would have to automatically just put that. Like if Apple was like, yo, you got to sign this $1 a month. It's part of your T-Mobile bill. That's for Google. Oh my God! Talking about monopoly. Talking about Illuminati.
I didn't even think about that. How cable? Yeah, that's a fact.
Cable free, bro. But not to get away from Super Bowl. But that just fucked me up as I was saying that. Like, yeah, it's free. Like, oh shit, wait, it really is free. It really is. Why is it free? Because
anytime something's free,
they're training us. Because the white man, you know what I mean? All that shit.
My brother. That's what I'm talking about. My brother.
Yeah, we here.
You can't let the man hold you down.
That's what I'm trying to say.
You know, it's about the system. They try to keep us in this.
It's the
box.
system.
But they don't want to think it's outside this box.
But see, like we playing, but that's real shit though.
Oh, absolutely.
That's really happening. What the fuck is that about?
But the fact that a handful of companies own everything media related.
Yeah, and they're all in Atlanta. Why? Why is Cartoon Network in Atlanta? The History Channel. What do they have to do with each other?
Disney owns everything.
I think Tyler Perry's behind all of this shit, if you ask me.
Yeah.
But that's neither here nor there. Listen.
But yeah, a few companies own everything. You know how it goes.
Yeah. Respectfully. That is definitely how that goes. But in other news, man, there's been so much going on. Talk to me.
In other news.
Yeah, right. Talk to me.
Did you hear about what's going on with Caesars and MGM recently?
You talking about the casinos?
Yes.
MGM Grand and Caesars? Nah. Shout out to Caesars, though.
So, there was a group of hackers.
Oh, shit.
That hacked MGM and Caesars.
Okay. Like I might have known them niggas. They was from Harlem?
I can't say where they're from.
I know a couple niggas from the Bronx and Harlem that might have cracked the same system.
Listen, hackers, if y'all need somebody else, holla at me. Send me y'all Discord links. You feel me? I need to get me a piece.
Please.
Because they basically controlled their systems and they had it for ransom. They said, Caesars, if you give us $15 million, we'll give you everything back. Caesar paid the 15 M's. Boom, boom. And MGM hasn't yet. And guess what? Right now, they're losing, I think they make like $8.6 million in revenue every day. So think about this. None of the casinos work. None of the tabs work. You can't bill your reservations.
The cameras need to see my face right now. I am in shock.
The room key, your room key doesn't work.
The room key?
Everything is on the system. Anything that's on the system doesn't work. Apparently, they have all these emails. They know. Apparently, they said that they know that MGM's insider trading.
China. Yo. It gotta be China. Only the Chinese can figure this shit out. This is way past any New York City borough technology. Listen. There's no nigga in the projects hacking that. What?
No, elevators are sporadic. Anything that's on the system. So what they had to do is they had to the winners of the casino, they had to pay them out in cash. The restaurants, you got to pay cash. You can't use card. Nothing.
15 million?
15. That's what they were asking.
That's mad gangster. I'm running that same play right back. Yo, run that back.
It's already been like 2 weeks.
Do it again. I'm doing it every day.
Here's the kicker.
50 million?
They got. It only took them like 5 or 10 minutes to get in the system. What they did is they went on LinkedIn.
Oh, these really Chinese niggas.
They found one of the top guys in the company. They called up the help desk. Hey, I need a password reset. This is so.
So they already figured out how the fuck they got in? This is crazy. Hold on. Let me hear this out.
That's how they got in. They called up the help desk, say, hey, this and so, I need a system reset. I need my passwords. Straight like that. They just called the help desk. They looked up somebody's name on LinkedIn, and they called up like, hey, this is so, I need my passwords reset.
Damn, there's no more security in this bitch? Like, what, they use AI voice or something? Like,
I don't know, but I don't know. But apparently,
wow,
we're still at a standstill. So, MGM's pride has gotten them in a way, and they've lost. It's been at least like 2 weeks already.
And you know what's even crazier though is like the niggas who got caught for, like the niggas who get if somebody gets caught for that. Shout out to China, Beijing, and all them niggas. But whoever gets caught for that, they might get like 2-3 years in jail for that.
Yeah, that's it. You're right.
Meanwhile, little Timmy down the block is gonna go rob the fucking liquor store and get $80 and do 14 years for that armed robbery. Wow. And he's about to get he made 15 million. They were like, yo, why are that on Bitcoin for me, gang?
That's what.
You can send that to my Bitcoin gang.
And that's the thing. A high level hacker, they know how to hide that money and distribute it.
Hell yeah.
Fake everything, so they would never even. So listen, if y'all need some new recruitments, send a Patriarch, send a Discord link.
Listen, if niggas
you feel me?
hiring.
Send a Reddit link. I'm in there. You feel me?
Nah, bro, that's crazy, bro. It's crazy how like you could really hack some shit like that. Like just break into a multi-billion-dollar system. Like
yeah, and they shut it down. They're literally holding it ransom. We don't want anything. We just want the money, and we'll give it to you back. We'll give you everything back. MGM said, "Fuck you." I'm like, okay.
We'll see how that goes. But I didn't even think about them affecting the actual physical hotel, like fucking with the elevators.
Everything.
Like that's not okay, bro. That's a big ass hotel. Like what if you get stuck on the 11th floor?
Whoa,
I'm suing the shit out these niggas.
They have multiple hotels. They have like 15.
Oh right,
it's not just
you're
one.
Right, you're
MGM's
right.
a brand.
I went to Atlantic City, which is like it's like if Vegas like took a shit on the boardwalk of New Jersey, and it was like, yo, here. And then just spread a couple crackheads and put a couple little casinos. That's what Atlantic City looks like. And you're right, they had an MGM and a Caesars, and I'm like, oh shit, this is here too. How'd you make it out here?
It's not just one hotel. They have different hotels. They've been locked out of everything.
That's OD though, bro.
So these hackers is coming crazy. So listen.
I respect it.
If y'all need somebody else, feel me, I'll send my resume. Let me know.
I really want to know how the fuck do you even figure some shit out like that? Like, bruh.
When
there's a will, there's a way. That's a great fucking quote.
And in reality, you have to realize how everything's going. There's so much. Everything is more technology driven and technology based than ever before.
It makes it way more vulnerable.
Vulnerable being hacked in general. Let's talk about, let's say if in another 30 years everyone has a self-driving car, you think those can't be hacked? Absolutely.
Yeah, and we could just shut those down immediately. Boop.
Absolutely.
That's exactly what the government's on. We're not going to talk about that.
That's what I'm saying.
And Cuba led the way because Cuba been on that. They own all the cars. They got a system switch for all that shit. Like, what y'all niggas, what?
Let's
riot. Y'all niggas don't want to do what? Go to work?
Oh, y'all stole this car? Y'all stole this car? Okay, let's go in the system right now. About to shut it down.
Damn, that's some iRobot shit, gang.
No, that's some Black Panther shit right there.
I didn't even think about all that, though.
Yeah,
You're right.
man. Everything is moving towards the technology. So it feels like cybersecurity are going to be bigger than ever.
Yo, bro, we're going to turn into the fucking aliens and go back to the Stone Age because we have to. Because history repeats itself. You heard it here first, ladies and gentlemen. Free Jazz Podcast. We're going to turn to fucking aliens. We're going to come back and everything's going back to the Stone Age, bro. It just makes sense. It makes sense because they figured out technology can be hacked.
Everything can be hacked.
What can't be hacked is them niggas that be standing in front of the royal buildings in England with the straight face. Think about original security. Original security was a man. You can't get past him. There was no hacking that.
I was watching this documentary. I was watching this. This guy was a hacker. Anything that's on a cloud, anything that's connected to a server, can be hacked.
Of course, I'm not surprised. That's how a lot of these celebrities' nudes and sex tapes began leaked. Like, motherfucker leave his laptop.
There was I forgot who it was.
Pamela Anderson. Kim Kardashian, Stacey Dash.
I don't want to say the wrong name, but basically somebody hacked her iCloud and was like, here's the pictures. If you don't send me blah blah blah, we're gonna leak these pictures out. And what she did is she took a screenshot of it and leaked her own shits.
Wow,
that's smart.
Yeah, that's gangster. That's smart. That's kind of how you supposed to do it.
Damage control.
That's the 8 Mile. That's how Eminem did it in the 8 Mile. Like, listen, you gonna hold this against me here? Boom, y'all can have that. Now what?
Now what?
That's like Kevin Hart. When Kevin Hart was they were trying to expose Kevin Hart for cheating on his wife.
Yeah.
And it was crazy because it ended up being one of his right hand mans that did it. It wasn't his right hand mans. A dude that he was trying to put on for like 10 years straight. That's been one of his right hand mans at that point. He wasn't a day one, but he was there for 10 years already riding. He's been in mad specials and mad movies because of Kevin Hart. And this asshole, fuck nigga, he ended up trying to extort him for, I think it was like $5 million or some shit. And Kevin Hart was like, "What, nigga? I posted shit myself." Posted it, huh? He's like, "Fuck all that, like, nigga, you not nigga." And then when he found out who it was just fucked up because he's a main figure in one of his stand. You know how Kevin Hart does like a little mini movie before his stand-ups a lot of times. Oh, he was one of them in that one. Actually, he was the one in you're gonna remember. He's like, "You lab ass nigga, local ass bitch."
Yes, that's him.
That's him. That's fraudulent motherfucker. That's him.
I know you're talking about.
If you remember that one scene from his special, that's a very particular scene to remember.
I know you're talking
He's
about.
like, "You lab ass nigga, local ass bitch." There, him. That bitch ass nigga.
See?
Foul. He had him in Real Husbands of Hollywood. He had him in a couple movies. He had him in a bunch of shit.
You gotta someone like that. You gotta stone him.
Yeah, man. God damn. Whoa.
He said, yeah, man.
I said the Stone Age nigga got medieval on niggas. Niggas say you gotta stone them.
Guillotine.
Jesus Christ, come on. All
He
right.
said, Jesus Christ.
I don't want to know how you feel about real things now. If you want to stone him, I can imagine how you feel about, you know what I mean?
But
certain ex-presidents.
But yeah, so right now, MGM's still in the chokehold. So.
Oh yeah, MGM. Yeah, listen. First of all,
listen.
They billionaires and billionaires. Pay the 15 M's, bro. You're gonna get that back.
And that was 15 M's before. I don't know.
Derrick Henry didn't score a touchdown last week. I know they got that 15 million in tuck because everybody bet that. Everybody put that on their FanDuel. If you didn't have Derrick Henry for a touchdown last week, you listen. MGM has your money. Okay, them niggas robbed you. Caesar, they are bro. This shit is rigged. This shit has to be rigged, bro.
But if I know I'm doing $8 million in revenue a day. What's $15 million? It's 2 days worth of being on the grid.
But
you know, sometimes pride gets in the way. I don't know what they
pride
thought.
Definitely gets in the way.
I don't know what they thought if their countermeasures were going to work.
They're going to spend $2 million on getting an even smarter hacker to unhack the shit. And then they're going to do something to them. I don't know what, though. They might stone them. I don't know.
I don't know how that hacking works, but it's only going to get bigger.
There's got to be a trail to all of this shit. So it's like, if you can hack me, I can unhack myself and hack you back.
There definitely has to be a trail, but if
you can tell we don't know what we're talking about.
No, I don't know what I'm talking about either, but I feel like if there's enough people and they're smart enough, they know how to change the IP addresses and everything to make it look like it's over here. And
that shit is so beyond me. You're right.
Yo, that
IP should be capped. I don't know. I don't know.
That's how some scammers work.
Yeah, we don't got to talk about that. Niggas don't need to be getting indicted.
You feel me? I don't know.
Facts though. That's definitely how that works.
Change your IP. You gotta change.
Most niggas not even going that far. Niggas is using their actual cell phones. Niggas is using their real cars.
No.
Going to the ATMs.
I'm talking about. There's a difference between criminals and there's like professionals. You feel me?
Oh yeah, you're right. Pardon me.
Me?
There's niggas that sell weed, then there's dispensaries.
That's what I'm saying. No, there's people that trap and there's people that trap.
That's true too.
There's people
that trap and there's niggas that
there's petty criminals and then there's actual like professionals like that like you want.
There's niggas that trap and there's niggas that traffic.
Yes.
Some niggas is trafficking.
There's some people that rob and there's some people that pull up to an ATM in 3 minutes is gone. Feel me? Professionals.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. I used to have ATM business. Niggas try to rob our shit multiple times. A nigga broke into my uncle barbershop from the ceiling one time, cut a hole through the bitch, couldn't get into the machine, ends up burning the shit, ends up burning half the barbershop like a dickhead. Nigga, another time.
He's like, oh, nah, this coming with me.
Yeah, another time they just sledgehammered this shit to death, couldn't open it. Like, and the third time, I'm trying to remember.
They thought it was like Blue Streak. They cut a hole.
Yeah, the third time they ended up robbing the business, they tried to like pull the machine out the ground. They didn't realize the shit had like 8-inch bolts into the ground.
That's what I'm
saying. Shit wasn't going nowhere, gang.
But what I'm saying, there's levels to criminality.
There's levels to this shit.
There's levels to it. Like,
I also seen some shit. Actually, it was some shit that was going viral. Like, it was during the pandemic, some crazy shit that went down. But niggas was changed. Like, motherfuckers learned how to hack certain banks' ATMs. I will not tell you which bank, allegedly. Niggas learned how to hack that ATM and change the denominations of the bills in the machine and change it to dollars. So now, when you
had the $20, it would take 2020s out.
It would take 2020s out, right? So now the machine thinks it's singles in there, but it's really $20. It's really $100 bills in there. You know what I'm saying? Because it's really $100 bills in that motherfucker, and it'll dispense 100 bills instead of just spending $2,000 would be 120s. They'll just spend 100 bills thinking they spent 200 out, and it really just spent out, nigga,
20 bands.
20,000 exactly. Thank you.
Oh yeah, they was up.
What what? That shit went viral. That shit literally was on the news and all that. But overnight, like they lost like some millions overnight, and just in like New York, New Jersey, just in 2 states, they lost millions in cash.
And in reality, all that shit is insured.
Yeah. They're in reality, listen, Wells Fargo is one of the oldest banks. Like, it was one of the oldest banks in America. Like, there wasn't one of the oldest, not oldest banks, one of the oldest financial companies for real. Like, because before anything, they were like a fucking armored. They were like an armored car service. They were literally, but I'm talking about in the 1800s, like transferring money state to state.
Fargo, man, they've been doing dirt forever, and they still in business.
Forever.
They've been doing dirt forever, and they still in business. But I was gonna say is the nuclear codes for America.
What?
It's not written down anywhere. It's not anywhere on the grid. It's not anywhere where you can access it or hack it or anything.
It's in people, isn't it?
Yes.
And a couple niggas know a couple parts, like the cola recipe.
Yes.
See, that's what I'm saying.
That's how it has to be.
You got to bring it back to the Stone Age.
That's how it has to be.
We can't trust technology because the aliens already learned that before shit went down. I'm telling you.
And
they were like, yo, the real important shit, keep that shit in.
You have to.
Lock that shit in the blood, gang.
Like that shit. Unless you can hack someone's mind, Professor X style.
Hey, that's coming too.
Neuralink.
I really do see a future where, because I be texting and then I be thinking like, damn, I really wish I could just think this text. But like,
speaking
like, I wish I could just think it and it would pop up and send like through iMessage.
I wish I could like, if I want to learn a new language, it was just like downloading.
But that's what I'm saying. It's coming. Like, what's this thing's name? Elon, the nigga that keeps naming his sons after nuclear codes.
Neuralink.
What's that?
That's his company.
Isn't that when he's like trying to put a chip in your brain to do something else though? Not the text. I'm just trying to text. I want to make the simplest part of my life simpler.
The company's called Neuralink.
What is he doing in that? Like, what kind of iRobot shit they got going on?
Exactly what you think it is. iRobot.
What? Is it what you just said though? Like I could just download like German.
I don't know what they're testing. Because I would love
to speak German.
I don't know what they're testing.
I just want to speak German so I can see what the fuck Hitler was talking about in the speeches. I ain't gonna lie, because he had to be saying some shit.
Languages are so funny in general. German is so like harsh.
Yeah, there's like certain tones. Yeah.
It's very harsh and blunt.
I can tell the difference between Chinese normally and Japanese because of the
Japanese is very harsh.
Yeah, where it comes from, it's like you use the diaphragm.
yeah, that's very Japanese.
Yeah.
When you start hearing them grunts and stuff.
Chinese is a little bit more quicker and like just more choppy, like it's sharper.
And when you think about the Latin languages and how English is similar to Spanish is similar to French.
Yeah, I mean they all derive from Latin.
That's what I just said.
Right.
From the Latin languages, it's funny how they're all similar and phonetically and everything. Like
phonetic, that word every time you say it, it's like wow, that's a word.
Phonics, phonetics.
Yeah, I know. I know. It makes a lot of sense.
Like emergency is everything. Is emergency in all of them.
Word?
Like how do you say emergency in Spanish?
Emergencia.
It's the same thing in French.
You're right. Yeah,
it's the same phonetically.
Yeah, and I heard the word no is the same in every language. Like it's just no. No is no.
I believe it.
No is no.
No is no anywhere.
Yeah, no is no is no is no is no. Yeah, they're all the same language.
Yeah, it's just language is just crazy in general.
No, phonetics for sure is fucking crazy. I just really wanted to use that word. Oh God. Yeah, man. But it's been a lot of stuff going on in the news recently. Still, like we only got to tap into the Usher halftime show, and that led us down a whole nother road. In other news, did you see that? Florida got the craziest shit going on.
Florida's always. Florida is, oh my God.
Nah, but the craziest shit. So boom, there was this. This is mad random. This isn't like big news, but there's a motherfucking alligator, a 13-foot alligator that they found 13 feet is fucking crazy.
I already know what you're about to say. Go ahead.
And the motherfucker, they found him with a body in his torso in his mouth, and they ended up killing son.
That's why. That's why I hate.
Why? Because they killed the alligator for alligating. Yeah.
Was that going just like the before? Remember like maybe like a month and a half ago, it was a shark. Mm-hmm. Someone got got by a shark and they gonna kill the shark, bro.
It could have just put him somewhere.
Yeah, like feel me, like in that case, you feel me. You just gotta think about the memories you have and let it pass. But
alligators for sure are fucking dinosaurs. I don't give a fuck what they say.
Oh,
they try to say that birds are the closest thing to dinosaurs. Alligators are the closest thing to dinosaurs.
No, birds too. Birds too.
Turtles,
you know
birds.
Why? You know why it's birds? Because in reality, we don't know what dinosaurs actually look like.
Yeah, they say that they motherfuckers actually had feathers.
Yeah,
they didn't have scales.
It makes sense. Have you ever seen the skeleton of an owl?
No.
Google a skeleton of what an owl looks like. You would think it looks like a dinosaur. Because of how the skeleton looks. But in reality, when you put the feathers and everything else together, it's a bird. Yeah. So
and their feet is where I see bird in it. When I see dinosaur feet, what they thought they looked like, and I see like an ostrich or a fucking or what's that other big ass bird?
Emu.
Emus, ostriches at the zoo. What the? I'll be like, that's for sure a fucking dinosaur.
I ain't gonna lie.
This 8-foot tall fucking bird.
And they run like 30 miles an hour.
Faster,
40 miles an hour.
I think they can run like up to 60 on some crazy shit.
Nah, that's that's actually different. But yeah, reptiles definitely derived from. I definitely absolutely.
Yeah, I was looking at my notes when I brought up this alligator shit, and that was the randomest thought I could have thought of. What I really wanted to talk about is the fact that have you been seeing Nicki Minaj recently? She's on a crash out mission. We got to talk about that. Have you been seeing what's going on though? between like the VMAs and like her husband. I don't know if you know anything about her husband.
Oh, I know about her husband.
Her husband, what's his name? Not the point.
Irrelevant.
Irrelevant is true because at the end of the day, he's actually more famous for being like a street dude, and he's like a real street dude from Queens and all that. But he also had like these pedophile charges when he was from a little while back. So it's like everybody's like number one shot at him is like, oh, the sex offender dude. It's like, yeah, but that's gonna run with you forever, gang. So
can't shake that.
Long story short, Nicki Minaj and Cardi B have been beefing for years now. Everybody knows that. Remember when Cardi B threw a shoe at Nicki or some shit like at the Met Gala? Shit got real ratchet at the Met Gala, right? Met Gala turned to fucking City Island. Either way, so they've been beefing for years, and they finally found each other in the same room at the same time. So at the VMAs, Cardi B performed, and Nicki Minaj is right there in the crowd. I think Nicki Minaj hosted, if I'm not mistaken. So Nicki Minaj is hosting, and Cardi B's performing, and they're front row because they're the two biggest female artists for coming like in the game right now. So it was crazy because Offset started receiving death threats from Nicki Minaj's husband, and Nicki Minaj's husband and their friends went on because if you didn't know, the VMAs were in Newark. They were
I knew that.
So everybody was in New York, New Jersey for like that whole week. The whole weekend leading up to the VMAs on a Sunday. So on a Tuesday, if I'm not mistaken. So they've been running around making videos, and now Nicki Minaj has this show called Queen Radio, right?
Yeah, I knew that.
And so, like I said, her husband and his friends, they've been on Instagram posting videos. Offset, where you at? They're posting screenshots, all kinds of DMs, and Offset replying. And then Offset did reply though and sent back a couple little quick little like, you broke ass niggas don't got no money for war kind of text. You know what I'm saying? Hopping out the private jet, showing up to Colorado.
Front.
Yeah, front. Of course, he had the front.
Out the PJ.
Come on, he had the front. Like, it's true though. It's like, bro, come on, I'm not about to beef with y'all niggas. Like, you're famous because of your girl. Like, everything you're known for is touching kids and your girl being the best female rapper of all time. But Nicki, crash out mission. A lot of people are coming out from behind Nicki's camp and they're talking about, yo, like, she really shouldn't. His name is something petty. Fuck. Her boyfriend's name is something
Irrelevant.
petty.
It doesn't matter. Keep going.
I say this to say that, so people are, because recently in the last couple of days, she's been on Queen Radio, her podcast that she does on Amazon Radio, and she's in the studio with like 80 goons. They're all official street niggas from like New York somewhere. I don't know where she's finding these 40-year-olds that are willing to act super gangster on camera. But what I do know is that shit makes me nervous because Nicki Minaj, you are too big of a brand. You are too rich. You're involved with too much real shit that's like past the streets to have 80 goons in the studio with you. Correct. And you talking about I don't make calls, I call shots. Like that's what she was on. She was like, some niggas make calls, I call shots. I'm like, shorty, you are a brand new 40-year-old mother.
Relax.
Let's just take a second to breathe.
Celebrity, relax.
You are the biggest in the rap game. Like forever. You are the GOAT. Like there's no question about it. Like you are the GOAT. Like you don't have no business in your 40s. And now especially as a new mom to be getting into this shit. And then Offset is like the more adult about this shit. Like I'm about to pay it. Nigga Cardi hasn't even responded to this shit. Like they're like, yo, what's going on? And they're going real gangster with it.
I want
to know your thoughts on it. Like, what do you think about a 40-year-old?
My thoughts are Nicki is just such a talented artist, and it's so unfortunate. She has to stoop to so many levels, like for stuff that's probably not even that personal. I feel like it's more commercial than anything. I don't think anything personally happened to any of them to where like
she did throw a shoe at her though on some George Bush shit. That was crazy.
But that's the thing. Like I'm never the person that do stuff. I don't like when people do stuff for the blogs. Like, if you wanted to, you have their numbers. Like even Nicki's man's. You feel me? What are you doing it for the internet for? If you really wanted to get at him, you could. If you really wanted to, but like. I don't like the whole theatrics of everything.
Yeah, he was there. That's on Instagram. Like, Offset, where you at? In the award show at the Prudential Center. He's like, yo, where you at? We looking for you. I'm like, yo, my man's. If you see this nigga and do something, you know you're going to jail, right? You going back to jail, and like you touch kids, so going back to jail might not be your best bet.
And you going under the jail because you probably on parole, probation for that. Feeling.
You definitely gonna be a multi-time.
But I'm saying is why are you doing that on Instagram Live? When he's in person, you feel me? That's all I'm saying. I don't like the whole theatrics of everything, and put on a whole performance, and it's very performative. And my thing is, you see artists do that a lot when they're promoting something when they're about to drop. But Nicki doesn't even have to do that. Nicki's not doing it for that. You feel me? If people do that for clout, where I'm about to drop or I'm about to drop a single or I have something going on,
some controversy.
Nicki doesn't have to do that. So I don't Like why?
Now that I think about it though, Offset. I mean, I don't know, bro. This shit might be a play, son. Now that I just thought about it, because Offset is dropping a project.
But that has nothing to do with. I'm talking about Nicki's side of things.
I know. But I'm trying to figure out how I could tie this all together.
It could.
Nicki might be having a project on the way. She should. She just dropped like 4 singles in the last like 2 years that were like she's trying. She did like 2 songs with what's shorty name? Ice Spice.
Yeah, I did see
and
that.
she dropped a couple other joints.
But what I'm saying is she doesn't have to do any of that.
Yeah, nah.
There's a lot of artists that clout chase because they have to do it, or they have to put their name out there. They need the buzz before they go on this tour, before they drop this single, before this video drops. She doesn't have to do all that. So like, why? Like, what
especially
are we doing?
as a 40-year-old.
That's
woman.
what I'm saying.
I think that's what really fucks me up.
Yes,
and
like,
to have a bunch of niggas that's
and
in their 40s.
not only that, you've been in the game for 20 years. It's not like you new to the game. Like you were vetting this. Like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
What are you doing? You supposed to be one of the. And I don't like the
like 15 years. 15 years.
And I don't like the fact that in general, like I feel like when it comes to women hip hop artists, like as soon as one starts blowing up, I feel like beef comes out of nowhere. You feel me?
Yeah, I mean,
and differences. I don't like that. Like why can't they all just get along? Like why does problems have to come with success? Especially as a woman. Especially
as a woman. Yeah, and in our communities, yeah, like the antics, the beef, the violent, the potential for violence creates this attention that we just can't turn our heads. You know what I'm saying? Like Blueface and Krishan, which is another thing we have to talk about. Blueface and Krishan, they were big. They were already becoming lit but it was because Krishan was violent on the show, beating up girls and all that stuff. And then once it turned into them being a real couple and then them getting violent, they blew up even crazier. And it's like, yo, how does that controversy like all of a sudden like How does that make you more famous? Like people are supposed to like turn their heads, but we can't. It's like human nature for us to be addicted to that shit and want to see more.
And they have a kid together.
Yeah, I'm about to say. And in other news, so originally when Krishan and Blueface had the kid, you know what I'm saying? The news was that the kid was gonna be Krishan Jr. You know what I'm saying? And God bless their baby boy, by the way. God bless their family. I hope nothing but the best and more success to them.
Me too.
And I also hope that they can get healthy, you know what I'm saying? Because emotionally, physically, this is not okay. Like, there's a lot going on. But, so, she renames the kid. The kid's name is no longer Krishan Jr. The kid's name is like Jonathan's Blueface real name.
Yeah.
Right, as you might know, because she has it tatted on her like 7 times. So, she ends up renaming the kid Jonathan, you know what I'm saying? And now, that kid is under the spotlight 10 times more than both of them, because everywhere they're going, the kid's going viral. Did you see the viral pic at Walmart with the little boy head hanging back? I'm not gonna lie though, Krishan's wilding. A baby is not supposed to be out the house them first 30, really 60 days after they born. Like they're not supposed to leave their crib like at all, unless it's going to the doctors or back. Shit. Anything outside of that, you're wilding. Even having family over, you shouldn't have that many people over in packs. Like definitely not.
But
maybe.
But look who you're talking about.
Yeah, but that's spooky, bro.
Look
like
who you talking about.
It's just, I mean, I seen her smoking while pregnant.
That's why I'm like,
and I can only assume that she was drinking.
But I'm saying, look at the source, bro. Look at the source. What you're talking about.
But it's like, bro, why is this being publicized? And it's like, why do we're
CPS like.
This shit is bad, bro, because the Walmart pic was one thing. I just seen her post this morning on Academics where she got the baby in the studio, and first of all, she's
way too loud.
Exactly. I'm like,
too loud
bruh,
for a child,
bruh. What are you doing?
You don't got no earmuffs on?
I don't think so. You never get to really see the baby. She be having it in the blanket like Mike Jack did over the balcony. Like she always got the
blanket.
Yeah, she always got you got the quilt over my son
like with blanket.
Yeah, so it's like you never get to see like if maybe he had earmuffs. I doubt it, but it's like I don't think he needs to be in the studio. I don't think that's the right place. You know what I'm saying? Not this young either. Like that's crazy. Like I don't know. I don't even want to take my son to a football game because he's only 4 months. And it's like I don't know if it's too loud in that motherfucker for him. Like,
it's just so sad. My people, man.
Yeah,
my people.
You see, really heard about this shit.
Yeah,
it's sad. It's sad when a nigga named Blueface is the voice of reasoning. Like he's the mature one in this shit. Like he's the one. Like please, yo, stop bringing my baby outside.
Is he really though? Because he's really be gaslighting. Crazy.
He do.
And I don't like I. Everything I've learned about this couple, I was forced to learn.
That's true.
I don't.
Right. This is nothing you want to learn.
No, there's nothing that I do that I want to learn that I chime in on. But
you gotta chime in on them. The biggest thing in the world.
No. I can't avoid it. There's a difference.
Right.
I don't chime in on anything. And then it's the whole notion that, you know, Krishan was moving on, doing her thing, and all the girls were behind her. And now she's falling back in a loop, and and all the girls are calling her dumb again, and it's the same cycle all over again.
Yeah, no, you're right.
It's literally the same cycle.
They are calling her dumb again.
Yeah, oh yeah, it's gonna happen again. She's gonna come to a realization that she's gonna leave, whatever the case may be, and then she's gonna be stupid again.
I'm gonna call it. I think I know what's going on here. But Blueface is working his magic. I don't know. He must be fucking the shit out of both these women because his other BM is clearly delusional too. All right, so look, he's gonna have both of them on a show together. It's gonna be the three of them. They're gonna get the fucking bag. You know what I'm saying? I'm telling you that has to be the ultimate plot twist to all of this. So this is all gonna end in a positive way because they're both rappers. Like now he turned his first BM into a rapper.
I can see it going that direction. But I don't think this is calculated. I think this is their real.
No, it's definitely like cause and effect. Like, oh, this keeps happening, so this is what we're gonna do. We just gonna go this way with it because
and Zeus is gonna be like, "Hey guys, you want a bigger bag?"
Right. Yeah, I just found out Zeus is black owned. Did you know that?
Unfortunately, I did.
You did?
It's very unfortunate, actually.
Damn, yeah, that shit is crazy.
Right. And King Batch is one of the founders.
Oh, word?
King Batch is one of the members.
He's one of the initial investors? Or he might just be a face of it?
No, he's one of the people who started it.
Nah, that's fire. Shout out to King Batch.
Yes, it's black owned, and it's unfortunate that it's black owned.
Yeah, and then Mayweather jumped in that bag, so it's only gonna get bigger. It's only gonna get crazier. But I mean, Mayweather's he's no what's the word I'm looking for? He's no stranger to fuck shit. He's no stranger to family feuds, all right? Like, I just seen somebody had asked Youngboy, I think it was on a live or something. They were like, how do you feel about they were like, oh, what are your thoughts on your son Kencho Jr., which is the son he had with Yaya Mayweather's daughter? Like, how do you feel about your daughter, your son boxing with Mayweather? And he was like, next question, I don't want to talk about that. And he's like, he's gonna be a UFC fighter, don't worry about it. And like, it's fucked up because, some way, somehow, my son Mayweather finds himself in the mix of some bullshit. It be him, now people are nailing him to the cross because he's back in this Zeus network. And
of course, Mayweather is just as ignorant as everyone else. That's what people don't realize.
Yeah, it's just when when you're a billionaire though, everybody looks at you like a genius. So you know what I'm saying? He's just at like the fact that he has his hands in that doesn't surprise me because of who he's been. Damn,
is what I'm saying.
So you're not jacking Mayweather? Is what you're saying?
Nah, I've never been a fan of Mayweather. Never been a fan.
You never been a fan of Money May?
Nah, never been a fan.
How come? Explain. Because kind of what you just explained.
A little bit.
Never been a fan at all.
Something like a little bit of that, and also he be doing a little cooning too, man. He like some of the stuff he be saying, bro. Like
you had to say, you got to put it out there.
Nah, for real. He said that he came out and said that he doesn't see him. He said he's an American. He's not an African American. That he's never lived in Africa, and I think that's very problematic because
talk about it.
Being an African American it's not just, you don't have to be born in Africa. You don't have to know where you're from in Africa. But being an African American is saying that you identify with the African, that you identify with the African experience in America is what you're saying,
right?
You only see stuff like this with black people. You don't see Irish Americans saying this.
This is what I was
You don't
saying.
see Jewish Americans saying this. You don't see Italian Americans saying this. They're ride or die with it. You don't see Dominicans saying this. You don't see Puerto Ricans saying this. It's only when it comes to black people.
Now you're right. People just say I'm Irish.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. They never not identify with their roots. It's only us that we don't want to identify with our roots, and we get away with it because we don't hold our people accountable. But we allow people like that we prop people like that up in society who blatantly say that they don't identify with you.
But I mean, if you think about it, it's like, but if your lineage has been snatched from you, you don't know anything about your history past your great grandmother. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And you truly don't know anything about Africa. You never been there. You have no connections to that. When you go back, as far as you go back in your head, all you can think is, my family reunions in Virginia or Georgia, we huddle up and we don't have a different language that we speak. We speak English. That's all we speak there.
Very true.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I can kind of see where it can get a little like I can see the disconnect. And I'm not saying that it's right. I'm not even in a position to say it's right or wrong.
No, I 100% see that side of things. And we have a unique experience that no other culture has.
Right.
Nobody else has.
Right.
Besides African Americans.
Right. Exactly.
And that's we don't have a separate culture. We don't have a separate flag.
Right.
We don't have a separate language that a lot of other cultures have that they can come together and bond over. We don't have that. Well, what I'm saying is that's even a bigger reason why we need to come together.
And you know what's
because we don't have that stuff.
You know what's even more fucked up is that when you do think about the culture and you think about the history, it's only 400 years old, 500 years old, and the prior to the last 100, it was nothing but trauma. So it's like, is it somebody like Mayweather's fault to not want to resonate with that?
Absolutely.
But I'm saying to not want to. Can you be mad at him for that? Yes. If he feels like maybe he feels not so prideful about that because it's like, damn, I watch my people get ran down. All we talk about in the history, when we do talk about in the history books, is the negative and how the negative and the negative, and then eventually you talk 1800s and the positive side during the Civil War, and then eventually when, you know what I'm saying, like then they start talking about the positive inventions of all the black creators that made stuff, and it's like, that's fucked up.
And that's why I keep saying how important education is, because when you're ignorant and not educated, like I said before, if you drop an alien into America today, they know nothing about anything history of America,
right?
And they live in society. It's impossible for them not to be racist. It's impossible for them not to be prejudiced,
right?
As a black person, if you don't know your history, it's impossible for you not to have an inferiority complex,
right?
To think that the white person is superior,
right?
Because if you look around, we have the most violence, the most poverty, blah blah blah. But if you don't know the history to why that happens, it's easy to fall into that.
Right.
It's easy to be a coon. It's easy to be ignorant,
right?
If you don't know your history. Like I said, an alien, who are you gonna say? Oh, those are the people that cause the problems. Those are the people who are bottom of the barrel.
Right.
It's easy to point fingers if you don't actually know your history. Yeah, so. With that being said, I can blame him for taking that stance, and he's saying he doesn't identify with the African experience in America, and I've never been a fan.
Well, I'm just saying though, that's an opinion and a feeling. Can you be mad at him for that? Like, to actually like not like him for that? I don't know. Like that's just where the way I look at things. Like, how can I be mad at him for his feelings? Now, for him to say, I don't have no roots, I don't know nothing, like for him to if he was saying that, like, I'm not from there at all, like that's like a different level of like ignorance.
But that you wouldn't be able to say that because that's not true. That's an untrue statement. But
because facts is facts and feelings is feelings.
Yeah.
But that's kind of what I'm getting at. Like what he was saying is a feeling. Kind of like Lil Wayne said something similar to that. Like, well, not really, but in a sense, people were on his ass about it.
Yeah.
When he said, I'm an all lives matter dude. I don't really see color, all that race. And I never seen racism. He's from Louisiana. There's no way you haven't seen racism, gang. But it's just like, that's his feeling, though. You know?
But
that's his experience.
Yes.
Personally. But I see what you're saying, though. It's detrimental.
It's
detrimental.
It's absolutely.
I see it. No. I see where you're getting at. I'm just trying to like play devil's advocate. I'm trying to put the shoe on my foot.
And I like the fact that you're here playing devil's advocate. And it's absolutely detrimental, and especially because, like I said, when you look at every other minority group in America, you don't see that at all. They're 100% prideful about it. You're not. If you think about it.
Yeah, you just spun that back so crazy.
Let's talk about it. Even the term pro-black. Think about that. The fact that they have to have a term for being pro your own people. They don't have the term for being pro-Irish. They don't have the term for being, are you pro-Dominican? Are you pro-Puerto Rican? No. There's no. The fact that they even have that term is detrimental to our people. You're pro-black. What does that even mean? Does that mean you don't want?
That's not even a fucking race.
Does that mean you don't want what's best for our people? That's what I'm saying. They don't have pro-Jew. Jewish person.
You're fucking my head right.
Jewish people are they breathe or die their own people. Are you pro-Korean? That's not a term in the Korean society. But pro-black, when it comes to black people, he's pro-black. What does that even mean? The fact that you can say that someone's pro-black means that there are people that are black people who are anti-black. That means you're creating an avenue for coons to thrive in.
Yeah,
is what I'm saying. the fact that we even have that, man, I think it's really detrimental to our people, and it really adds into the way that we are in society today, because we have people who think like that, and we don't call those people out, and we don't culturally we accept people who think like that in our own culture. Have them thrive. The fact that we have people like that who are, I wouldn't say the leaders in our culture, but someone who has a lot of individual success that a lot of people have seen and a lot of people emulate. You can emulate the success, but that doesn't mean you have to like the person. Is what I'm saying.
Nah, that's deep. I mean, you broke that down. You broke that down perfectly. Damn, I have nothing to say about that. I love how you spun that around and made me really like come to what.
You've never seen any.
This is why it's wrong, motherfucker.
You've never seen any other people say that. He said, "I'm an American. I'm not African American." He does not identify with the African American experience in this country, and that's a problem. Damn. That's a problem. That's a problem for anyone. That's a problem. Yeah. And it makes more sense when I use other minority groups as an example for it, because an Irish person who's not pro-Irish, they wouldn't even accept them in that culture. They wouldn't accept them in their little community, in their little society. Yeah. But we accept, as long as someone's successful, we'll accept whatever they give us, and that's part of our problem. And we're not a collective. We think like individuals, but we're not in a position where we can think like the individual. Damn. We can't think like, we got to think. We have to think as a collective. That's deep. We want, but we see how the power structure is put in play. We see how white people have everything. We want to think like them. We can't think like them. We have to think like the Chinese. We have to think like the Jewish people. We have to think like the Yes, we have to think like a collective in house, and we have to use a no nonsense type policy, no matter who it is. We can't be.
You can't make exceptions just because he's your favorite rapper.
Yes, that's what I'm saying.
He's the best boxer of all time.
That's what I'm saying. Because he's 50-0, we can't make an exception. Because he's Money Mayweather, he makes all this money.
Look like him and act like him too.
That's what I'm saying. We cannot make exceptions. We cannot sway from the path if we want real progress.
Nah, I 100%.
That's all I'm saying. And that's why I've never.
That was very elegantly stated.
I've never been a fan.
I needed that.
You feel me?
And that was a perfect way to segue out, because shit, I just realized we definitely went past time. I just realized, Marv, you back. But listen, man, it's been the Free Gems podcast, man. Episode 83. I just realized we didn't even name the episode. Episode 83. Yeah, listen, episode 83. Appreciate everybody that tuned in, man. Make sure y'all like, share, subscribe. Make sure y'all follow on Instagram. Drop some comments.
We don't take it lightly, the support that we've done. We've really been like growing this thing, and we're really excited to what the future holds. And
we just gonna have to keep pushing, keep working harder, 10 times harder. Honestly, we ain't never doing enough.
Who you telling? But at the same time, guess what? We're a work in progress.
Yeah, and shout out to K Single, because he's been editing these clips, adding these fucking captions and pictures and shit. Listen, but I'm gonna be on his ass. We're gonna drop 2-3 times more clips than we do every week.
That's a fact.
We be back soon. We be back next weekend. Matter of fact, listen, appreciate y'all. Free Gems podcast, and we out of here.
Yeah.